What's up, nerds? We're your hosts. I'm Jake.
And I am Chad.
This week we are sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
We are also sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
We'll be talking about Marvel's Secret Invasion Episode 2, now on Disney+.
We are also going to talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast. I gotta move my microphone closer. Sorry.
Nerd. Welcome back, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Jake, how was your week?
My week was pretty boring. Nothing really spectacular happened this week. Work, blah blah blah. How about you?
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, my headphones were tangled, so I was trying to move my head. I was like, eh. Last week was pretty good. Worked and then I went golfing with a buddy over the weekend. You called me out on this because I had written down that I had shot my personal best, but it was definitely at an executive course, like a par 3 18-hole course. There's only 4 par 4s on it, so I didn't have to use my driver much. So of course I excelled with my irons and putting because that's all I know how to do. But I'm still proud of it, damn it. It's the only time I've shot 2 birdies in a single round. So
Not very vegan of you.
yeah. Well, if it makes you feel better, they were assholes.
Wow.
And then my dad's in town currently, which is cool for the.
Oh, you should make him come say hi.
I think he's sitting out on the deck.
What a dick. Well, maybe at some point during the episode.
Yeah, he'll probably just walk in.
By the time all of you lovely friends and fans listen to this, 4th of July will have came and gone. So happy 4th of fucking July. And be safe.
Yeah.
Cops are crazy. Not just in Minnesota.
Terry,
everywhere.
put it in reverse.
Yeah. Terry! Oh God, Terry!
If you know, you know. Because if
Put
we
it in
explain it, we're going to
reverse,
sound
Terry.
like way worse people than what we actually are. So if you like what we're doing here and you want to support us, you can always go over to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It's a great way to support the podcast on a monthly basis. Plus, you get lots of extra goodies. And we have more stuff coming, and that's where you will see... What?
Oh, not my goodies.
And that's where we're going to put out first announcements and stuff like that for all of our supporters.
Go buy some shit.
Yeah. So, in some nerd news, The Boys Season 4 has been delayed, in quotations, indefinitely. Not really indefinitely, they just haven't decided when it's going to come out. They're waiting until the Writers Guild strike ends. It's still in post-production, and Eric Kripke has said that they're not touching it until the strike ends, and the writers are paid a fair wage for all the hard work that they do, which, as fans, it's a huge bummer, because this show is fucking awesome, and I want more of it. But good for them for making a stand to do that.
Sticking to their buns.
Sticky buns.
So something we've been following for a while now is the Jonathan Majors case, his alleged assault. It looks like now he is not the aggressor. In the case that he just had, his ex-girlfriend, whatever the heck her name is, Amber Heard? What was her? What? I don't remember.
I think Miss Jabaya.
It was a blonde girl.
Yeah, I have it right.
It's not that important. Don't even give
Miss
her an-
Jabari.
Whatever. Yeah.
I had the article
Yeah.
open.
So, it looks like she was the aggressor, and that has been proven in this past case. So she hasn't been yet, but may end up being the one that gets arrested for this.
Yeah, the NYPD has put out what's called an I card, basically meaning that if she is stopped by police for any reason, they have probable cause to arrest her. It's kind of a workaround since this never went to court because the court date is scheduled for like the beginning of August. So there was no like arrest warrant put out for her because it hasn't gotten to court yet. So, but if she gets stopped for any reason, there's a notification to arrest her because of probable cause for
Maybe she'll just
falsifying
quit her
police.
job and move to Italy or something. Yeah.
Yeah, or like Spain.
Is it? I thought it was Italy.
No, she went to Spain.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can just.
Which is a
hang out
bummer
together.
because like
Spain sounds super cool.
Spain's better than her.
Yeah. they don't deserve it. We have.
Oh.
I'll just do the first part because I know how much Superman means to you, so you can take it from there. But we have gotten official castings for who Clark Kent and Lois Lane will be in James Gunn's Superman Legacy. And
David Sweaty Corn. David Corn Sweat. Corin Sweat.
yeah,
Corin
Sweat.
Sweat. The wet corn. And I always fuck up her last name. Lois is Rachel Brosnahan.
Yep.
Brosnanson. Charles Manson. What was it?
I think it's Von Hansen's meet, Rachel.
Oh,
Common Rachel?
that rings a bell. I don't actually know much about her, but
She's
fans
the
seem.
marvelous Miss Mavel.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Miss
So-
Maisel. Mavel. I don't know.
Fans are happy about it, so she must be good at
Yeah.
whatever.
There's not a lot known about David Corn Sweat.
I don't know jack fucking shit about this guy.
And I don't know anyone that's seen anything that he's been in.
The only thing that I'll give this guy is he looks the part.
Yeah.
You look good. He's a handsome fellow. He's no Henry Cavill, but he is he's a handsome guy. He's got the dimples. He's got the dark hair, the blue eyes.
Yeah. I mean,
We'll see.
as much shit as we've been talking about James Gunn and his DC vision, I think he nails casting pretty well.
Who's that?
James Gunn.
Oh, who's casting?
James Gunn's casting. Like,
Oh,
casting
you said
choices.
he nails casting.
Like,
Oh, you meant like he
James
nails,
Gunn
like, the
nails
casting.
castings. Yeah.
Sorry, thought it was like a name.
Oh, no.
Do you guys see what I have to fucking work with?
I
Jesus
feel like
Christ.
if you had listened to the full sentence instead of just picking up on hot words, you would have understood what I was saying.
It's like I just did a spin on like I hate bubbles. Or no, I love blowing bubbles. Like with your bubble gum, and then you go, "Who's Bubbles?"
Oh, I see where
Yeah,
you were trying
now,
to go.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I am the dummy. Cool.
Yeah. You guys see? Do you see what I have to work with? I'm just kidding. Chad's great.
Excuse me. I
We-
have to see if I have to test the waterproofing on my new toaster.
We like to bicker, but honestly, you're great. I love doing this with you. But anyways,
thanks. You're fine. I'm just kidding.
he's what I'm worried about with James Gunn specifically is that Henry Cavill is such a large, handsome man.
Yeah.
David Sweaty Corn is like
You're just mocking his name because you're bitter that Henry Cavill's gone.
100 fucking
It's
percent.
nothing about the actor.
100 fucking percent.
Just as long as that's out there, so people are like, "Man, this guy fucking hates this guy," and has openly
I
admitted
don't
he's never
actually know
seen
anything
him.
about him. Like I can't say anything good or bad about him other than his last name is fucking hilarious. Uh, but I think that so what I'm worried about is that James Gunn has proven and even gone on record in saying things like when he casted Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, and Chris Pratt was pretty overweight still.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll just CGI. I liked his audition so much, I'll just CGI a six pack on him if I have to. And also with like, if you look at some of his casting, not that I hate any of it. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I am not talking shit whatsoever. But there are characters like Kraglin and um
Nathan Fillion and his
no blue
wife,
guy fuck
Michael
goddamn.
Rooker.
Yeah, but who does he play in the
Oh, Yandu. Sorry.
Yondu? Jesus, yeah. In the comics, they're not they're like muscular, like they're not like that.
Oh, right.
Like, and so that I have this like fear in my head that he's not gonna go with like a bulky Superman,
Yeah, not
and that's
square.
gonna and that's gonna piss me off.
Yeah.
Like if we get another, no offense, Brandon Routh, but if we get another fucking skinny guy with like no muscle definition, because Superman's supposed to be just a beast.
Yeah.
And if we get like this skinny, like good looking guy, like I'm gonna fucking throw my feces at the movie screen. Yeah. Like, I'll go primal.
What's weird is he's already started collecting for it. He's already told me, just so that it's just terrible by the time,
Yeah.
like
It's got
3 years
I
from
have
now.
a potato launcher that I'm just gonna like.
Thunk.
Actually, guns in theaters are not fun. Sorry. Um,
That's true.
yeah.
A slingshot.
But I have this like, hopefully he doesn't do it, but I just have this fear in my head that we're gonna get this like skinny
Guy that doesn't fill
Superman.
the suit, sort
Yeah,
of
and
thing.
it's just gonna bug the shit out
Or
of
it's
me.
going to
But
be the first Shazam with padded muscles that you
I
can
will
tell that they're padded muscles.
fucking find James Gunn and pick him up and throw him on the ground. I will.
Let's not threaten people that can sue us out of existence. Uh,
He doesn't listen to this.
but it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, you know? If
But
that's
anyways,
the case, we've talked enough shit about so many people and we still are here.
I mean, what are your thoughts? I kind of steamrolled that. What are your
Um,
thoughts on casting?
I mean, I haven't seen anything with Rachel Brosnahan in it. I think that based on the success of the marvelous Miss Maisel, Mabel, I haven't watched the show, so I don't. I'm clearly getting the last name wrong.
Marvelous Miss and Naval.
Miss Mavel or Miss Maisel. But based on
Fuzzy
the sex,
Navel.
based on the success of that show, like she's got to be decent, you know, and everything that fans are saying is that they're excited about her. So
Yeah.
I have nothing to base an opinion on her on. And then David Cornsweet, I mean, kind of like what you said, like visually from the shoulders up, I mean, it's not like he's a scrawny dude, but he's not like built like you would
No.
expect Superman to be. Um, but in the face, you know, square jaw, like you said, like looks like he can definitely do it. Dimples, yeah. So I'm still apprehensive, and it's mostly because of everything that James Gunn has done to the DC and what it's been tarnished to, and also the past few films that I know James Gunn had nothing to do with, but he has also canceled a bunch of, I don't know, like leaving a TV show on a weird ass cliffhanger and canceling fully completed movies and stuff like that. So, who knows? Who fucking knows? But for the Merc with the Mouth news, Deadpool 3 is about to wrap up filming, which is pretty exciting.
Mhm.
There's it's going to be a ton of callbacks and cameos, which will be fun.
I read that Hugh Jackman will be playing
Like,
multiple roles of himself
yeah, a couple different
throughout the movie.
variants.
I also, and because of this is like, this is obviously we don't know that none of this is confirmed, but uh the fact that we've talked about it on the podcast as like assumptions or whatever, but or theories that the TVA is going to be involved in this movie, and it's looking
Well,
like
Owen
that's
Wilson
gonna
as Mobius
yeah,
is confirmed.
it's Mobius time. See what I
It's
did there?
Mobin time.
Yeah, so we know the TVA is going to be involved, which is the MCU tie-in, which is awesome. This
Yeah.
is how they're going to bring Ryan Reynolds over to the MCU. Didn't mean
Yeah.
for that to rhyme.
Yeah. It's, and then what else? Just film is finishing. Strong.
What film is finished this? Uh,
What other MCU film just
yeah,
finished filming?
Captain America: Brave New World has wrapped filming, and maybe if you didn't know, they did change the name of it to Brave New World instead of New World Order.
I think
But
New
yeah,
World Order was a little too on the nose, but Brave New World,
yeah, that was a little
kind
Mein
of.
Kampf.
Eh, yeah.
Exile. Uh,
What?
did I say that right?
No, you didn't. But don't correct yourself.
What is it?
No.
What is it?
Off
Because
camera.
no, I'm not. I don't believe in it. They said it a lot in Indiana Jones. What is the actual Zag Hall?
Zig.
Hall?
And
Zig
then
Hale.
yeah. X male. Cool.
Yeah, but so that's the reason for the name change. But it's done filming, and we assume, get trailers for those at.
San Diego Comic Con, which is coming up later this month. We'll probably also get some Deadpool 3 stuff.
I
Because
think so.
they're finishing up filming. I mean, there's been times where we've gotten trailers for movies that we're still filming.
They have
like
to have at
The
least enough
Flash.
footage for like a teaser,
Yeah.
and then they'll release like a trailer 2 like later.
Yeah.
Like, a couple
like the
months later
official
or something.
trailer and then official
Yeah.
trailer 1. But
I bet you they'll give us like Deadpool like walking into a room or some shit, and like Logan will turn around and be like, "Do I know you?" or like some dumb shit, and it'll be like Deadpool logo, and then Wolverine's claws go shink shink,
yeah.
and like that'll be like what we get for Comic Con, and then
Yeah.
like 2 months after that we'll get an actual trailer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuckers.
In a very positive note, what's back, Jake? What is back
Warrior.
on HBO? Yes.
Warrior
Sorry,
season 3.
Max.
Our very good friend Jerry Ma turned us onto this show, and we have been obsessed ever since. And I'm currently watching the new season that just came out, but also rewatching this series to make my girlfriend watch it.
Yeah.
So it's a little weird. But
Once
it is
season
so fucking
3
good.
is completely done, I'm gonna go back and rewatch. It's so good, and they wasted no time just getting right back into the fold of things because it's been a few years. Because season 2 came out what in 2021?
Like when we got back from
Oh
York?
yeah, from New York. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because we did talk about
So
season
it's been
2.
like 2 years.
Okay, so not as long as I thought. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go fuck myself. Mahalo. uh,
But it's like something that you and I have talked about, like obviously, just personally, is that out of all of the things I'm excited about, like Secret Invasion, which we'll get into in a little bit, The Witcher, which we'll get into in a little bit, and this show, watching the first few episodes of all of those shows, Warrior is hands down the best.
yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't like The Witcher or Secret Invasion, which we'll get into both those things in a little bit. I might have mentioned, but this fucking show
So-
does not disappoint. Now, I don't think I've ever especially now rewatching it, I can like clearly say like I remember. There is not one episode so far that I've been disappointed with. It's
Yeah.
so fucking good. Every episode is just like Jesus
There
Christ.
are some characters throughout the show that
Mm,
are annoying, but like that's also just life, you know?
yeah,
Like there's just some people like Jake that
yeah,
you just find annoying.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
not you, Jake. I'm thinking of a
Mm.
different Jake.
No, it's
Uh,
fine. You just keep sitting there with that sunspot on your face.
I know it's so annoying
Oh, is it?
because I move my head and then I'm like, eh.
Uh,
But yeah, this show is awesome. They launched the first 3 episodes last week, and then it's a new episode every
Thursdays.
week on Thursdays on Max or HBO if you haven't clicked update on the app yet.
You you can't log on to HBO
Without
Max anymore.
update. Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah, I tried. I was like, why won't it let me in? And Nicole's like, because I said no. No, I'm just kidding. And
Because I
she's
changed the
like,
password.
she was like, it's not HBO anymore. You have to go to Max. So we had to download Max, click on Max, and then you don't even have to put your username and password. It like remembers you, but you can't use HBO Max anymore.
Oh, well. I guess just on my smart TV, it just like auto updated the app, so now it
Oh,
just
really?
says Max. So,
Mine didn't. Yeah, we had to
oh,
download it and then click into it. But you didn't. We didn't have to put anything,
oh,
type anything
that's
up
fair.
or whatever. It just like,
I think because mine has like Apple AirPlay turned on it, it never fully turns off, so it just
gotcha.
kind of like hibernates,
Ah.
which is whatever.
But that's where you can find
Yeah,
uh 2 full seasons and 3 episodes of the third
I
season.
hope that they
And it,
updated it because in season 2, when I watched it the first time, or it might have been season 1, like 2 episodes were missing because this was originally on Cinemax, and then HBO like absolved
huh,
Cinemax, but
I don't remember that.
maybe it was just
But
mine. Whatever.
it's great. Go watch it. Seriously.
Yeah.
No spoilers to be had. We're not gonna dive into it. We just wanted to mention it. Go check it out. It's better than anything that's on TV right now.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And I'm a huge Marvel fan, huge Witcher fan. And
Yeah.
I'm out of the 3 shows that are out right now, The Warrior is
So
more
good.
exciting, more fun. Like it's the best watch right now.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of The Witcher, they released the first half of season 3 on Netflix.
hmm Cavill's last season.
Cavill's last season, and I think that really plays into my opinion of the season. Like, it's not bad. I'm enjoying it, but it just seems like it's less about the monster hunting, but also like they've been building the story for 2 seasons, so like it
hmm
makes sense. But yeah, it's the least exciting of the season so far. Also, I noticed that they used a lot mo slow mo, a lot more slow
hmm
motion in their fight scenes, which I mean it looks cool, but also some like the spell casting and stuff, just the graphics don't live up to what the previous seasons were doing.
Yeah. And I don't want to.
I'm bitter.
I don't want to go. I won't go on a rant. I won't.
Okay.
But I will. Princess Cirilla, gorgeous. I forget the one of the most annoying characters in the entire world. Literally, like, hey, we have to keep a low profile. Don't make a scene. I won't. Why would I make a scene?
Immediately goes and
Literally,
makes a
the
scene.
minute she gets into anywhere where she's not supposed to make a scene, she makes a fucking scene. And it's like, oh shit, I've been outed. And then runs and screams for help. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ,
Yeah.
kill her. Somebody kill her. Other than that, I mean, Henry Cavill's great. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. As I've been watching this because I watched the first 2 seasons before.
Sorry, your disoriented looking dog, just like in the corner of your screen,
It's
with
because
a pair of balls in her face.
not real balls.
I know, but it's just fucking funny. She's just like,
It's because I haven't fed her yet, so now she's like, "Excuse me, bitch, it's past dinner."
that was funny. Sorry. Hey, what were you gonna say?
Oh, just because when I first watched, because like the first episode of, or the first season of The Witcher came out before I really started playing D&D. Then the second season came out like as I was starting to really get into D&D. But now it's been a couple of years, and now I'm just like, this is a D&D campaign that someone tried to romanticize,
No.
and I think that gave me a little bit of joy, despite everything else of the season so far, because I watched all 5 of the episodes.
I only watched the first 3 so far.
For the lack of, I don't want to give anything away for you, but I really enjoyed the 5th episode.
I did notice, spoiler alert for anybody listening, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you know better than I do. The vision that Henry Cavill, The Witcher, Geralt, sorry,
Yeah,
I was like, fuck is his name?
you got
Has
that.
at the end of the second season, they make an appearance in season 3, or yes, season 3. That's not wrong, but episode 3 of season 3.
Oh, the Wild Hunt.
Yeah, it was cool because they're like chasing Ciri, and one of them grabs her, and she thinks it's a vision instead of something real, and then she realizes that his armor is on the ground after Geralt saves her.
Well, yeah, Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer all see them because they are on the other plane at the end of season 2. But
Don't get me started on Yennefer.
I won't. But basically, because they were able to travel to different planes of existence,
Yeah.
much like in D&D, when they traveled back, because Ciri was the one that opened the portal to the other plane, and she's not good at her magic skills yet, she didn't know to close the portal, and that's why they're now on this plane.
You know who's like, is I maybe it for personally, whatever. I'm stumbling over myself here.
Cool.
The Yennefer is like boss lady, the older lady, the older witch.
Yeah.
She's probably like the hottest chick on the show.
She's
In my
very good
opinion.
looking. I think
In
it's
my
probably
opinion.
just because, like, for us, that's very age appropriate.
That's true. That's true.
'Cause
I just whatever. I don't want to like bash anybody, but I think
I think she is
For-
very attractive as well.
for me, I every time I have to like bite my tongue to not be like when I'm watching. So I watch it with my girlfriend, and I'm just like, God, that girl is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I know that we said a handful of negative things about the new season of The Witcher and talked about the collective attractiveness of some of the female characters.
I mean, there's no more attractiveness than
Henry
one
Cavill.
character. Yeah.
Also with the White Wolf. Sorry. He's a good-looking dude. I'm not
He's a
not
very
sorry,
good-looking
actually. I'm definitely not sorry.
Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a cocksmith.
That was a bit far.
What is it from? I don't remember what it's from.
But let's get in.
Oh, that's from Superbad. Anyways, get into it.
Oh, yeah. Our first sponsor, which is Ray's Energy Drinks. You know, they're pretty good. They're 0 sugar, 0 calorie, and 0 crash. We've been talking about them for so long that I forgot what I had to say for a second. And if you don't like energy drinks, then it's like if you don't chew Big Red. Then fuck you. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, I don't drink energy drink.
Then fuck you. No, they have so much more to choose from if energy drinks aren't your thing. And they have a handful of plant-based supplements and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome, especially for us. So listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you to talk about Secret Invasion. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raze Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with zero crash. Raze Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, and powered by their Refresh formula technology, Raze Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raze Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, friends. We are going to talk about something in a second. But before we jump into that, there was a huge trailer that we forgot to mention. Dune 2. The trailer, the Timmy Chalamet is out with Zendaya and...
You just don't like nepotism. I think that's what it is.
I love Timothy Chalamet, man.
His name is easier to say than Benedict Cumberbatch.
You can't even say the word you were trying to prove your point with.
No, I was saying that his name is easier to say and then I stumbled over
Benedict. Yeah, but you
Benedict.
didn't say it. You're like, oh, his name is easier to say than bam.
Exactly, proving that his name is easier to say than Benedict Cumberbatch.
I'm just being a jerk about it. I actually really like
Cucumber Snatch. Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet. Okay, Jesus.
I just thought you had a thing with nepo babies, which is fine.
I love Timothy Chalamet. I think he's a really good actor. He's cute, I guess. You know, whatever.
He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah, he's a good-looking little.
I mean,
he's like a little guy.
If you're like into that sort of thing, I don't know.
He's like a Tom Holland little guy. He's like one of those like little guys, but he's like a good-looking dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not like Henry Cavill good-looking. He's like Tom Holland good-looking.
He's got the.
Like I could beat him up.
Maybe Timothy Chalamet. I don't think Tom Holland.
No, probably not. No, that dude is in. I'll tell you something. Gymnastics. My mom tried to get me into gymnastics when I was a kid, and I was like, no, that shit's not for me.
I wanted to get into gymnastics. My parents were like, no.
As an adult, I'm like, yo, I should have done that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Holland, yeah, he'd fucking
murder you.
Beat me up. He'd beat me up for sure.
Probably upside down.
I'm pretty sure.
Like
he would.
Me? If you ask nice.
Upside down kiss?
If Zendaya gave her approval, maybe.
I think I'm pretty sure I could beat up Timothy though.
Dude's so tiny. He's probably super fast. I don't think I could.
We're getting way off course here.
Yeah, let's talk about the trailer.
I'm just saying that they're attractive, but in a different way. They're very good-looking guys, but they're not Henry Cavill, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth.
They're fit. They're
you know
not
what I mean?
buff.
They're little and cute. You know what I mean? They're not.
They're like a Tamagotchi. Like you put in your pocket, you feed it, and it's like cute forever.
Oh fuck. The Dune 2 trailer came out, and it looks so fucking good. Oh, there's like a shared thing there. Zendaya.
Yeah. I bet there was a shared thing there.
She likes those little brunettes. Yeah, I mean, fucking hell. Austin Butler, you can't even tell that's him.
Oh my god, I was trying to figure out who that was, and I didn't want to look it up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Woof.
Anyways, this movie, go look at the trailer. I've seen the original, so I could tell you guys stuff that you don't want to hear. just go look at the trailer if you haven't seen the first one. Go watch it, you fucks.
Yeah,
And
Fox.
this one looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean the
Yeah,
first one was
friends,
awesome.
fucks. Yeah.
So
Oh, that makes me wanna. Maybe we should
rewatch it.
do like maybe you come over and we like rewatch the first one and just get like hammered.
Sold.
I mean, drunk.
Yeah.
Your face just went like.
Yes. I'm less intrigued now than I was, but sure. Just kidding.
Yeah, let's. I think that would be fun. Like maybe like whatever. We'll talk about it later.
Cool.
Couple. Yeah. Um. But where we were going to, I got a little buzz going.
Same.
Yeah. Where we were going to open this up with was Secret Invasion, season 1, episode 2, now streaming on Disney Plus. Um,
And spoiler alerts.
those spoiler alert. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check back in later. Um, Sam Jackson's in it. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
Oh fuck.
it was they're doing like kind of a slow build. There was some big stuff at the end there, but
I mean, it's much more of like a thriller, anyways. So,
mm,
big action isn't always the right way to convey like how intense this actually is.
especially when we know that, I mean, it's in the title, Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
There are going to be people, especially like high powered or high like class people that who knows? Are you a scroll or are you are you you? We don't know.
Hmm.
Like Ben Mendelsohn, his character, like he's a scroll. Where's the actual guy? You know? There's a
Well, I'm
part
I'm assuming that guy has been missing since the '90s.
that's what I'm saying. I think that there's people that are missing. Uh you go. Let me get my train of thought here. You talk about something.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely building conflict, but we do get Gravik's backstory, kind of. Uh, he's kind of preparing himself to be the big bad.
Hmm.
He's kind of running like a rebel outfit of Skrulls. They are taking over individuals, assuming their identities and stuff like that, doing countless terrorist attacks from like one nation attacks a different nation, that nation attacks a different nation, like just trying to create chaos. Probably so that one, they can seize power, but also makes it easier for them to assume different identities for more and more of the Skrull refugees that have joined his cause.
Well, they made a point in that episode of showing um that there's like an argument between Talos and Sam Jackson, Nick Fury, sorry, and Talos is like, why can't we share this planet? And Nick Fury is like, humans can't live with each other. We, c- there's no way we're gonna live with aliens. Like you
Yeah,
guys got to go. And oh, God damn it, there's like a, I'm losing my train of thought. I think I'm strong. Maybe
toast, burnt.
I was on a roll there for a second, and then I lost it. Where I lost my like end game, if you will. Uh,
Ooh, it's a callback.
um,
Cool.
yeah, sorry, dude.
No, I mean, and that was from a flashback, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Yeah. Um, and then it shows also that like,
Sorry.
oh,
The is it Gravix?
Gravix.
Gravix?
mm,
When he like assumes control of the scrolls, because there's like a scene where they're like, we're giving you all the power, you're in charge now or whatever. He has absolutely zero interest in sharing Earth And
Yeah.
that's what Nick Fury was saying to Talos in that flashback scene where he's like, the Skrulls like, won't live here peacefully with humans. Humans can't live here peacefully with humans.
Yeah.
And then showing Gravix saying basically the same thing, like, no, this is this is going to be our new home. Fuck
Yeah.
the people that live here. Only he didn't say fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so sorry I lost my train of thought. I like I said, I got a little buzz going it, which is the point of this podcast. But yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but then also, I mean, Don Cheadle as Rhodey
Hmm.
comes back in to talk to Fury, and it's it's definitely politically charged and it's heated, but you
Hmm.
know, nonviolent. And Fury walks away, and you know,
There's a scene of violence, but it's not against Rhodey, it's his like
right.
yeah.
But and also like Rhodey is uncharacteristically being like full politician.
He's being a dick.
Yeah, I mean, like at the start of Iron Man 2, before like he's actually like, he thinks that he's trying to protect uh,
Hmm.
Tony Stark in Iron Man 2, so he is a dick for that sake. But this is uncharacteristic
Yep. Which
of
leads
him,
us to believe that he is
that he's a Skrull.
yeah. But then so we see in this episode that they have like a factory basically where they like knock people out and like assume their identity. So where
But also
are
zap their brains so that they get a little bit
of
deeper
their
of
memories?
memory, because
Yeah.
usually it's like surface level stuff.
So where are the like Ben Mendelsohn's character, Don Cheadle. Sorry, I'm not using their proper names. Rhodey. Like, where are they? Where are they actually? Are they in one of these farms right now while the Skrulls
Because
are?
if that's the case, then that's also where Everett Ross, Martin Freeman's character is, because we saw he got shot in episode 1 and turned out to be a Skrull.
Hmm.
It's
There's a theory that I read it. It's not my own theory, but that at the end of Wakanda Forever with Black Panther 2,
mm-hmm,
that when Everett Ross gets freed at the end from the back of where he's going to prison basically,
mm-hmm.
that those are the Skrulls that freed him so that they could take him over. It wasn't actually, yeah,
That would be good.
yeah.
Because, I mean, this isn't. I guess Kevin Feige, even when the show is being developed, told the writers and stuff, for the story that we're telling, don't follow the comic storyline. Just understand what it was.
Hmm.
But I mean, like, if all these high-ranking people are actually Skrulls in disguise, I mean, that is still is following the comic line, but like, not to the extreme of where like Hawkeye was a Skrull.
Let's be realistic here. Everett is a Skrull. We already know, like,
Mm-hmm.
we already know that because they showed it.
How long was
So
he a Skrull?
So he is, I don't know. We know, I think we know Don Cheadle's character, Rhodey,
Yeah,
is a Skrull. Ben Mendelsohn's character, Talos.
definitely. Yeah, Talos.
What happened to,
The real version of him.
yeah, where is he?
Because we saw
Like,
in
but like,
Captain Marvel, which was based in the 90s, when they came down, like, he assumed that identity. So that means that
yeah.
that dude's been missing for years. Well, the real version of him has been
Or
missing.
the real one, because why would Fury be working with Talos if Talos was like killed this guy or had him in one of those farms? I'm thinking he's up in fucking Sword or something.
Oh, yeah.
The real one. Yeah.
Saber.
Saber. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Sword.
Yeah. It's a type of sword, you're right.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's a little bit of a slow start. The end of the episode was pretty intense between Rhodey and Fury, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I did, other than we got a little backstory on Gravix.
Yeah.
Gravix.
Yeah, when he first
Uh,
kind of like joins with Talos and is like, once you assume like an identity, like outside of
well,
the.
when they show why he's pissed off,
Hmm.
because this is kind of going back to Captain Marvel, the first Captain Marvel movie, where Fury and Captain Marvel interact with the Skrulls, and there's bad Skrulls and there's good Skrulls, and Fury kind of promises them that he will find a home for them
Hmm.
that's not on Earth. And it's been years and years and years since that promise was made,
Yeah, it's been
and
like
we
30
see
something
like
years.
Gravix as like a child when Nick Fury made that promise, and now as an adult, he hasn't fulfilled it.
Yeah.
And that's why they're pissed. And they're like, you know what? If you're not gonna fucking help us, we're just gonna take this planet.
Yeah. 'Cause
And that's kind of like what they're building towards.
works for us.
Yeah. So
Ugh. Tell them about
Anything-
sponsor number 2. Unless
sponsor
you have a
number
final
2.
closeout.
I
statement.
don't. I was gonna ask you if you had anything left to say about it, and then yeah. So
I mean, it's a
no,
good show.
I'm
Go watch it.
Yeah, there it is.
Deep
Uh,
words.
Sponsor number 2 is Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up, and we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
Okay, nerds.
All right, friends.
It's funny.
Sorry.
Okay, nerds. For the last bit of this episode, we really want to talk about the latest Indiana Jones film that just came out, Indiana Jones and the Dial of
The
Destiny.
Final Indiana
Jones.
or at least the final one with
Indiana Jones. I'm just trying to say
Harrison
Indiana
Ford.
Jones as much as I can while we talk
Indiana
about Indiana
Jones?
Jones. Yeah.
Harrison Ford, who plays Indiana Jones.
And Indiana Jones is played by who? I'm just kidding.
Harrison Ford.
Oh, that's Indiana Jones, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry. If that wasn't enough to make you stop listening,
If you
here's some
guys
spoiler
didn't
alerts
tune
for you. If you haven't seen it yet, please go watch it. This movie was awesome.
Yeah, that's fun. It
but
was
yeah.
so good.
There's your spoiler
I-
alert.
I think it got like not great reviews, but fucking
Yeah, but when they did the premiere, Harrison Ford got, like a 9-minute standing ovation?
yeah.
Like,
But like,
the people that don't like it either aren't
But-
true fans.
but hold on. Let me. I want to say something about that because Sam Jackson was on the Graham Norton show,
Mhm.
and Graham Norton asked Sam Jackson, "Do you watch your own movies?" And Sam Jackson said, "Yeah, I watch all of them, but I like to watch them in theaters when people don't know I'm there, so I can see their real reactions. Because when you go to a premiere or whatever, everyone kisses your ass." And he's like, and I don't like that shit. I want to see what people actually think about it.
Yeah.
And so
It's
to
kinda
say
like
like,
when-
yeah, Harrison Ford got a 7 to 9 minute standing ovation, as he should, because I love Harrison Ford. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying.
And like that's rounding out his legacy, so I think
Yeah.
more of it was out of sentiment and respect than
yeah,
enjoyment for the film.
yeah.
I wouldn't have
Although
stood for 9
I
minutes and
fucking loved
clapped.
the movie, so whatever.
If I was a little whiter, I might have clapped at the end of the film, but I really enjoyed it. I'm not the type of person that claps at the end of movies or when a plane lands. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not that white. But this movie was awesome.
I
I
thought it was a lot of fun.
loved it. There was a couple wonky like CGI things because obviously the technology is there now compared to the original trilogy, and even more than Legend of the Crystal Skull. Or
I think
Whatever
that's like and it's a conversation for another time, but there's definitely a disconnect between CGI and making realistic looking props. Because in the original like Indiana Jones movies, they didn't have the technology that they did now. So they
it's all
made
practical. Yeah.
yeah, so they like made shit that looked real.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I love that. I think that's a lost, unfortunate, but lost like art in filmmaking.
That is something that I, minus if you can ignore the overuse of lens flare, that's one thing I really like about J.J. Abrams is he tries to use a lot of practical effects.
yeah.
Not that he was a part of this film at all, but that's
No.
just a newer director that still values
Yeah.
practical effects.
He did the Star Trek movies and
In a lot of the explosions, when like people were running by stuff exploding and stuff like that, were all practical effects.
Yeah.
When he did the Force Awakens, like very few things were CGI when it came to aliens, or even BB-8 was an actual functioning robot and stuff like that. And that just it kind of grounds it a little bit more. One thing that actually
don't get
no
too far off, but
no, it's about Indiana Jones, but I rewatched just because it had been a few years since I'd watched them, so I was like, I'm gonna rewatch them before the new movie comes out, and it gave me a chance to give Legend of the Crystal Skull a second chance because when I first watched it, I was like, I don't know. But I remember when I was younger, because I had these on VHS and they weren't remastered yet. In Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he falls into the pit with all the snakes and like the cobra pops up, you can see the cobra's reflection because there's a piece of glass between them. They removed it for like the remaster. So,
nice.
and I was like, okay, like that's good CGI, but like I kind of miss that campy feeling of like he's not actually in danger, but like that's a real fucking snake that could kill him.
There's like real shit that just get with CGI. That's like the dangerous thing in filmmaking and AI and shit like that. Is it? And we're getting way off topic, but I'll wrap it up here. Is just that we're losing that authenticity a little bit
Of movie making magic.
like the original Poltergeist movie. Like they used real. Those are real human remains.
Yeah.
When the mom is like in the water and there's like those skeletons, those are actual
Real
human skeletons.
Yeah.
In was it The Godfather? When
The horse's head.
the horse they didn't tell him that it was going to be a real horse's head. And as a vegan, I'm like very against this. That's super fucked up. But they threw an actual horse's head in his bed. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. So his reaction to that was genuine, and they were just like, "Gotcha." You know, like,
Gotcha, bitch.
and they're so I don't want animals or anything to die to like make filmmaking like authentic, but I do love a good built scary skeleton or what rather than
or just practical props in general.
or rather than just making a computer animated like I think it's more fun. Like the original circle back to Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Like when when he'd be going through like the tomb or whatever, or a temple of and a fucking moldy looking skeleton would pop out. That wasn't CGI. It was just makeup artists like making a prop that looks real.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that these movies did really well, and I really enjoyed this one. It was fun.
Yeah. The de-aging itself looked really well. There was a couple of parts where it like was a close up on Harrison Ford's face, and like his lips didn't actually like form words, but it kind of like almost like a sock puppet going up and down, but like different sounding words were coming out. And then you mentioned to me, which then
Spoiler alert.
yeah, when he's like the de-aged Indiana Jones, like from the opening sequence, is like running on top of a train. Like the running looks weird, the jumping looks weird because it's just all CGI.
Yeah. It reminded me of like Blade 2. Do you remember Blade 2? When there's like a fight scene in front of after all the lights go out, they like break into his like, and there's like a fight scene between him and the other vampires in front of like the lights, and it was like when CGI was like just
They were
becoming,
really pushing it to see what
and
it could
was
do.
like so cartoony.
Mhm.
Like that's what this reminded me of. Now again, I loved this movie. I'm just knocking this one.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
little thing
like
about
the
it.
movie as a whole was fantastic. It just some things, I think partially also because it was an Indiana Jones film, like having that much CGI kind of took away from like that nostalgic feeling of Indiana Jones.
I mean, you really can't have Harrison Ford running on top of a train. I mean, he's like
No.
fucking 90. So,
Well, right, but they could have still done like a stunt double. I mean, it was
I
like
know.
mostly a silhouette. you know,
Yeah.
there was
whatever. We're
The movie
dwelling
was
too
still
much on
incredible.
this little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great fucking movie.
yeah,
Harrison Ford nails it as per usual.
yeah, as Dr. Jones.
Just the cranky but charismatic fucking guy that he actually is in real life.
yeah.
Like, I just love it. Yeah.
Also, like, I mean, I don't remember what her actual name was in the film, but he called
Helena.
her Wombat. Elena.
Helena.
She kind of hinting that she might take over the mantle. Who knows? But like Shia LaBeouf was written out of this script because he ran his mouth a few years ago about it. So they literally, I mean, not only was he written off, they full on confirmed that he was killed.
They killed him off.
Yeah.
They transformered his ass.
Yeah.
Because they
Only
killed him
instead of
off
just,
in
like,
Transformers. too.
Dying, I mean, still off screen, but like just dying from like a random assassination. Like he enlisted to go to.
Oh, I was like,
Nam
no,
and then
he was
died.
in the army. Yeah.
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 Oh, in Transformers, he was.
Oh, yeah. No,
killed off
I
from
got
a
it.
random
No, I
assassination.
picked it up after you.
I'm glad that you picked up what I put down.
Reading what you write, bro.
And I mean, I didn't check the actress's name. Now I feel bad. That plays Elena or Wombat. You kind of don't like her for most of the movie.
I didn't.
Yeah, like at first you're like, okay, cool, but then immediately she screws him over, and it's just like basically like a one or a two person Ponzi scheme. Just
She's a
get
brat.
rich quick.
She's a brat. She's a spoiled brat.
Yeah. Until
The whole movie,
like
she's
the
just a cocky
third
little
act.
brat until
Yeah.
like the final act.
Yeah. And I mean, you can kind of see where her character changes is when Indiana finally just like calls her out on it, because like she's very intelligent, doing all these things, and he's like, if you just cared about getting rich, like you wouldn't have put in this much work to fulfill your father's legacy. Like,
Because she steals artifacts, and instead of putting them in museums, she like
is selling
auctions
them.
them off
Yeah.
on like the black market or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of sucks.
But overall, I mean, the movie was incredible. I really liked it.
We got Mads Mikkelsen as our main villain. We also get Boyd Holbrook. I love Boyd Holbrook.
I do too.
I do. I have like this weird. even before like he blew up, I had I was like, this guy's cool, man. I like this
Yeah.
guy. And then and like we just started watching
Narcos.
Narcos,
Yeah.
and that's where he really blew up from.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that. I like everyone was talking about Narcos, and I was like, I don't got time for it. And then I finally like started watching it, and I was like, yo, I fucking love that dude.
That
And
guy.
then, and it's also where fucking Pedro Pascal is in that as well,
Yeah.
and obviously like a earlier role for him. And then I told you about it. I was like, yo, you gotta watch Narcos. And then you started watching it,
Yeah.
and you're like, dude, this show's so fucking good. And I was like, I know. Well, I've been sleeping on this for years. Like, it's so good.
But yeah, I mean, Boyd Holbrook is he plays such a good like arrogant villain.
He plays a. I think he plays the bad guy better than he plays the good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Logan.
Yeah, Logan,
He
the
yeah.
Sandman.
Sandman, yeah. Yeah, he's got that like southern twang to his. I
That
think
like
that's got to
makes.
be his actual fucking accent.
I think it is.
Because he has that in every movie
Yeah.
he's in,
And
or TV show or whatever.
and
But yeah,
it just gives him like enough charm to like
Mhm.
disarm you. But then the way he talks, you're like, I don't feel comfortable.
yeah. As I live and breathe, the Wolverine. I'm a big fan.
That was
I
a.
fucking-
I mean,
I love
granted that was just a southern accent, but like tonality, that was very close to how he actually sounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah,
I tried.
good. You succeeded.
I'm a huge fan of him, and he's one of the bad guys. Unfortunately, he's not just an asshole, but he's a Nazi.
But
You know?
like literally, like first generation like neo-Nazi,
Yeah.
because clearly based on his accent, like he's from the South in America, and it's
The South will rise again. It won't. It won't. I promise.
no,
Yeah,
it will
it's-
not. Uh,
It was such a fun movie. The basis of the main bad guy, Mads Mikkelsen, the Dial of Destiny, is like a mathematical time machine, basically, where Mads Mikkelsen's character is trying to get back to 1939 so he can kill Hitler and
and take over
Cor-
the Nazi
and-
regime.
and correct all of Hitler's. He's like, I know every mistake Hitler ever made while he was in power. If I kill him, I can take over and correct those mistakes because I've already lived it.
They
And-
hinted at it very early in the movie too. That was like his motivation when he's talking to like the bellhop or the room service person at the hotel, and was like, "You guys didn't win the war. Hitler lost it."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, "That's kind of like a fucked up thing to say, but I know you're a Nazi, so like whatever." But then it turns out that was his motivation.
One of the cool things that I think every Indiana Jones movie pulls from some sort of actual historical, whether it's real or not, it's an actual documented thing that
Yeah.
is in history. Right?
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. It's in the
Ark of
history
the
books.
Covenant,
It's something.
South American.
And one
Tribalism.
of the big things in this movie, which I really, really enjoyed, that maybe some people slept on, is that we know right now this is a real thing. Throw the movie aside for a second. Is that there are hieroglyphs across the world, not just in one place or two places, completely separated continents that have hieroglyphs depicting helicopters, people in space or scuba gear, shit like that. These are things that were painted on walls BC, before Christ, right?
If you believe in
And-
that sort of thing.
If you believe in that sort of thing.
Before the
his-
Common Era, BCE.
Realistically, these are painted on the walls whether you believe in it or not. Okay?
Yeah.
So the terminology BC, whatever, I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. that's what this movie does. It brings in that hieroglyphs on cave walls from BC, and then
Archimedes' tomb.
brings Indiana Jones into the past with this time machine, and they're flying planes that these people are calling dragons. It's during the Roman siege, and they're like, oh, those are dragons. We gotta take down the dragon. And and
Yeah, when
helicopter.
Greece fought off the Roman Empire, or
Yeah,
vice versa.
yeah. And I mean, it was just a really fun tie-in because it fake fakely, that's not a word. It
Fictionally.
fictionally just makes sense of why there are those kind of hieroglyphs
Mm-hmm.
on cave walls and in tombs and Egyptian temples and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, why would they know what a helicopter is? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This was before they, you know what I mean? Yeah. So and
It
that's the real
explains
thing. It's
dragons because it's a plane that's falling from the
Yeah.
sky on fire
on
and
fire. Yeah.
and it's literally Boyd Holbrook shooting a machine gun at Roman
Yeah.
centurions.
Breathing fire. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's fire in the sky and people are dropping dead from
Mm.
not spears, not arrows, because a bullet would go through them, go into the sand, and get lost forever.
Yeah.
So it's really fucking
It was
cool.
just a really cool just
Yeah.
they just do a really good job. All the Indiana Jones the Holy Grail, Ark of the Covenant, like you said, that was the first movie, right?
Yeah,
Ark of
that's
the Covenant. Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Yeah.
uh, the
Temple of Doom
cults
was,
of Machu Picchu, but they weren't actually at Machu Picchu, but different witchcraft
They
and,
just-
and voodoo.
they
from,
do a really good job of especially in this movie, is making something that is actually historical and then playing off of it.
Yeah,
Like,
and
this is why.
giving it an explanation instead of just
Yeah.
straight mythos. It's because this happened.
Yeah.
And also with the Archimedes death rays, where he would use mirrors that would bounce off of each other to create a focal point to basically a giant magnifying glass
Start
on
fires,
ants to
yeah.
start fires to ships. It shows that, because they even say early in the movie we don't know because there's no proof of this ever happening, and then when they're there it shows the
How
giant
they did it,
mirrors
yeah.
and stuff like that. It was really cool. I
That's fun.
freaking loved this movie.
Yeah.
Do you have any other final words about this, or should we go
Nope.
ahead and close out this episode?
Close it out. But before we do, we are going to talk about our honorable mentions. Chadley, what do you got?
Well, because I know last week you had talked about you watched the Stanley documentary, so I watched it this week. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and kind of like what you were saying, the family of Jack Kirby being oh, he was painted in a bad light. There was really only one instance where it showed his temper, and it was literally a recorded phone call where him and Stanley were arguing with each other. So it was equally not the pristine image of both of them.
Yeah, it was kind of whatever.
But I really enjoyed it, and I learned even more stuff than what you'd already shared with me, and what stuff I'd already known, which is cool. I didn't know that Namor, the Submariner, was
Submariner.
before Marvel existed and before Stan Lee ever worked with Jack Kirby. That was 100% a Jack Kirby thing.
Mhm.
Things like that. It was cool. And the Human Torch, which then kind of later got rebranded as Johnny Storm. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I've just been watching a lot of Dimension 20 on Dropout. It's a D&D show, as everyone knows, because I watch a lot of it. What about you? What are your honorable mentions?
The big one is The Bear. I know I'm a little late to the party on this one. Jeremy Allen White, you know him as Lip from Shameless. He is he basically plays Lip from Shameless, only he's a chef. He's an angsty young guy. Um, they're only like 30-minute episodes, so I watched like the first like 5 or 6 episodes of season 1. I think
Season
excuse me,
2 just dropped.
season 2 is out right now.
I don't know if the full
There's-
season is, but
There's like crazy. Jesus Christ, I got the hiccups. Sorry. There's like some pretty big cameos from pretty big actors. It's really good. There's a lot of swearing. It's wild.
it's like a real kitchen.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. But it's really really good. I'm enjoying that right now. And then the Mick, also late to the party on this one. Is it good? Like, am I gonna like be like pokey about it and like watch it? No. Are there moments in this show that I've laughed my ass off to the point where I had to like muffle myself so I didn't wake my girlfriend up because she was sleeping? Absolutely. There are very funny moments. It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
If you are out of TV shows to watch, which is impossible right now because there's so many out right now, but if you get at the end of your rope and you're like, I don't know what to watch, check it out. It's pretty fucking funny. It's D from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I'll just leave it at that. It's funny. Check it out. If you don't take my word for it, fuck you.
Mrs. McElhenney. I don't know what her actual last name is because I don't think she took his name, but
D. My God.
we were talking here. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
As always, if you like what we are doing over here at the All Things Nerd podcast, what can people do, Jake?
Give us your money.
Yeah, that'd be
Or just
super
buy shit off
fantastic.
of our store.
Which does give
we
us money,
Get a
but-
little bit of money. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to support us on a monthly basis, we do have a subscription through buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It gives you some behind the scenes, first glances at announcements, upcoming things. Depending on the level that you're at, you get various member exclusive merch after your 3rd month of subscribing, which is pretty awesome. I like a lot of the stuff that we have on there also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and depending, again, options to join us on a live stream, to talk about whatever nerdy shit you want, join a group chat with us and the other people involved at All Things Nerd, because despite what you all might think, we are growing. And despite what we might think, we are growing. And if you don't want to give on a monthly basis, I mean, lame, but like Jake said, just go to allthingsnerdpodcast.com and buy some stuff from our merch store, because then you still get something, and it's a one-time purchase. We get a little bit of money, you get some cool shit. And if you don't want to spend any money, that's even more lame. But if you like, share, subscribe, I mean, that helps us so much.
Yeah.
We like to joke about, give us your money, if you don't, you're lame. That's not actually what we believe on a public-facing value. But in all honesty, like, sharing, subscribing, telling people about the show really does a lot and helps us grow, and is what has allowed us to grow to where we are today. And it might not seem like much, but it's allowed us to do a lot of cool stuff that will be announced in the coming months.
It's like a halfway erect, podcast.
Like a half-mast, like a chub.
There's room to grow, but we just haven't got there yet.
Yeah, we just haven't.
Yeah.
Despite oh, you forced one in, but sorry, Mom. No, I did not like that. Nope.
Randall.
He's outside. He can't hear you. Despite our
but-
crassness and accidental Freudian slips, we love you all, and thank you for being a part of us in the capacity that you currently are. All love. Hang loose.
Hang loose.
Either way, this has been the All Things Nerd podcast.